Hello, good morning, students. Morning to all of you. All of you are fit and fine. I hope so. Don't stay outside. So long you can stay indoor, you are safe. And you need to go out to do some duties, because only staying indoors you cannot fulfill your different types of accomplishments. But so long you stay indoors, you are safe, because COVID-19 is still hunting us. So we need to save. The students of class 12, already in my last video we have uploaded or we've completed Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day, sonnet number 18 by William Shakespeare. And this video is also meant for the students of class 12 West Bengal board, and it is their last poem in their syllabus, and a beautiful poem by romantic poet John Keats, The Poetry of Earth. The book's Mindscape is at my hand. So today we shall discuss the poetry of Earth. So it is a very beautiful poem, and most of all it is written by romantic poet. So long we have not come across romantic poets. So this word romantic is very common, and we often use in our common language romantic, romanticism, this type of language. But in English literature there is an age, romantic period or romantic age. This era is very significant in the English literature, because we come across a very good number of poets who are enriched the English literature with their writing, with their poetries. And these poets of romantic age or romantic era are William Wordsworth, Blake, P.B. Shelley, Byron, John Keats, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, all these. And why is this age called romantic age or romanticism? Because before that, new classical age, and this era began at the end of the 18th century and end or first decade of the 19th century, and continue for 30 years till the coronation of Queen Victoria in 1837. From that is called Victorian age. And some disputes are there. Some said that this era started with the publication of Lyrical Blood, the collaborative effort by William Wordsworth and S.T. Coleridge, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, in 1798. So this era began, and this era ended with the coronation of Queen Victoria, from where Victorian era or Victorian age started in English literature, 1837. So very short period it is, but within that period a few conventional changes in the society came forth, such as self-fulfillment or appeal to imagination, appeal to nature, appeal to beauty, and emphasis on own individuality, own freedom. These are the characteristics. These characteristics we find in their writing. From real to unrealistic world. So this era is significant for this. Here in this era the writers appeals to beauty, appeals to nature appeals to nature and natural world. Rejected industrialization, conventional society. So why this era is very significant. And this poem, Poetry of Art, The Poetry of Art by John Keats. John Keats belonged to this era, where we find the poets of this era are all appeal to imagination, and in their writing, nature and natural world is very much reflected. Okay, and if you see Keats' life history, only 25 years he lived, 1795 to 1821. Though he was not a student of English literature, in later life he worked in apothecary, and only his literary activities continued or contained for 3 years, and within these 3 years he wrote 1,000 lines of poetry. Okay, আমরা এখানে সুন্দর একটা কবিতা পড়ব রোমান্টিক পোয়েট জন কিটসের। এই রোমান্টিক বা রোমান্টিসিজম, এই রোমান্টিক এজ, ইংলিশ সাহিত্যের একটা রোমান্টিক এজ বলে একটা যুগ আছে, যে যুগটা শুরু হয় 18 শতাব্দীর শেষের দিকে কিংবা 19 শতাব্দীর প্রথম দিকে থেকে কুইন ভিক্টোরিয়ার করোনেশন পর্যন্ত 1837 পর্যন্ত। এই রোমান্টিসিজম ও জিনিসটা, রোমান্টিক বা রোমান্টিসিজম, ইট ইজ এ মিডিয়াভেল ফর্ম অফ পোয়েট্রি। এখানে আগের যে লেখকরা তাদের থেকে খানিকটা ডিভিয়েশন এনে এই যুগের লেখকরা নিজেদের কল্পনা শক্তিকে, প্রকৃতিকে বেস করে খানিকটা আনরিয়ালিস্টিক হয়ে, মানে অবাস্তব জিনিসের উপরে, ইমপারফেকশনের উপরে তারা কবিতা লিখতে আরম্ভ করলেন, from detaching from this real world। সেই জন্য আর সেলফ ফ্রিডম, ইন্ডিভিজুয়ালিটির উপর এইখানে জোর দিলেন। তাহলে রোমান্টিক এজ বা রোমান্টিসিজম সম্বন্ধে খানিকটা হলেও আমাদের জানা দরকার। It's a medieval form of poetry, and where the characteristics of self-freedom, self-fulfillment for nature and natural world, appeals to beauty and imagination, all these are reflected here in this age। আর এই যুগটা শুরু হয়েছিল সম্ভবত বলা হয় 1798 লিরিক্যাল ব্যালাড পাবলিকেশনের মধ্য দিয়ে। যে লিরিক্যাল ব্যালাড হলো একটা যৌথ লেখা এস.টি. কলরিজ অ্যান্ড উইলিয়াম ওয়ার্ডসওয়ার্থের। এই যুগে কয়েকজন বিখ্যাত নামকরা কবি আমরা পাই ব্লেক, আমরা পাই এস.টি. কলরিজ, আমরা পাই উইলিয়াম ওয়ার্ডসওয়ার্থ, পি.বি. শেলি, লর্ড বায়রন। সো এদের লেখাগুলোতে আমরা পাই all these poets show their theme for nature and natural world, প্রকৃতি এবং প্রকৃতিজাত। এখানে ইমাজিনেশন, কল্পনাকে একটা বিশেষ গুরুত্ব দেওয়া হয়েছে, বাস্তব কিংবা যুক্তিকে সরিয়ে রেখে। এদের কবিতায় বাস্তবতা বা যুক্তি আমরা পাবো না। ওকে, তো whatever this poem, the poetry of art, what today we are going to discuss here, John Keats is a romantic poet, and this poet is written in sonnet form. It is in Petrarchan sonnet. Already we have discussed two types of sonnets, English sonnet or Shakespearean sonnet. Sorry. Okay. English sonnet or Shakespearean sonnet, and Italian sonnet or Petrarchan sonnet. Petrarchan sonnet, shall I compare the, we find English sonnet or Shakespearean sonnet? There we find 3 quatrains and a couplet. 3 quatrain and a couplet পেয়েছিলাম. Here this sonnet, The Poetry of Earth by John Keats, is a Petrarchan sonnet. Is a Petrarchan sonnet. Here you will find 2 steps. First 8 lines are called octave and last 6 lines called sestet. In Petrarchan sonnet, first 8 lines are called octave and last 6 lines called sestet. Here the rhyme scheme is ABBA, ABBA, CDE, CDE. Okay. The Poetry of Earth is a very beautiful poem. And if you say about some thing about John Keats, John Keats lived only for 25 years and he died with tuberculosis. And his literary activities continued for 3 years. And Hyperion is first publication. A thing of beauty is joy forever. And in Keats' poetry, Keats appealed that beauty is not permanent, beauty is always impermanent. Happiness is not permanent. So in his poetry, he is always trying to establish or searching for beauty to make it permanent. Try to establish the beauty to make it permanent. And he is a masterpiece in picturization. Through suggestive words, he painted a beautiful picture. In his poem Ode to Grecian Urn, we find famous line, truth is beauty, beauty is truth. That type of line we find. Beauty is truth, truth beauty. Sorry. Okay. So let's read the introductory part. John Keats. So it is a Petrarchan poet, a Petrarchan sonnet, and is divided into 2 parts. First 8 lines are called octave and last 6 lines are sestet. First 8 lines, the rhyme scheme is ABBA, ABBA, and last 6 lines sestet. Rhyme scheme is CDE, CDE. So let's start. John Keats, 1795 to 1821, was a noted poet. Only 25 years. He lived for only 25 years. Was a noted poet of English Romantic movement. Already we have told Romanticism or Romantic poets, and those writers who wrote in this duration are called Romantics. Okay. So English Romantic movement বিখ্যাত কবি. He belonged to the second generation of Romantic poets. First generation William Wordsworth and S.T. Coleridge, and he came to second generation, who came after Coleridge and Wordsworth. Okay. He is known for his vivid imagery, which are noted for the sensual appeal, known for his sensuousness, indriyo grajyota. Because sights and sounds, he always hunting for sights and sounds in nature. And in his poetry, he tried to establish sights and sounds of nature through suggestive words. Some of his famous works are Ode to Nightingale, Hyperion, Isabella. Okay. The argument put forward, now the content of this poem. The argument put forward by Keats in this poem is that natural music of the earth never ceases to play through the cycle of seasons. The argument. Here the poet John Keats wants to establish that we are all in a rhythm. আমরা সকলের ছন্দের মধ্যে আছি. Scientifically it is true. বিজ্ঞানগতভাবে সত্যি. Because this earth is in a rhythm. We have 6 seasons in nature. Seasonable changes are there. Seasons come one after another. So, and even days and night. So here is a cycle, and where there is a continuity of cycle, যেখানে একটা চক্র চলে, there must be a rhythm, সেখানে একটা ছন্দ থাকবে. So here the poet wants to establish this reason, this view, that in this world there is a music, in this art there is a musical expressions of nature. The title, the poetry of art means musical expressions of nature. This natural music of the earth, this natural music of the earth will never stop, will never cease means stop. So long this cycle of seasons continue, the music will roll on and on. The poem is a sonnet. Already we have told you that it is a Petrarchan sonnet, and here you will find two steps. First 8 lines called octave and last 6 lines called sestet. So this is a sonnet in which the song of a grasshopper is embodied means symbolized, to be symbolized in the octave, and that of the cricket is portrayed in the sestet. Here the poet depicts 2 seasons, and these 2 seasons, with these 2 seasons the poet completes a cycle, and also to show or establish that the rhythm is in continuity. What is the rhythm? Rhythm of musical expressions. That musical expressions on this earth never stop. It will go on and on. It is in continuity, always in continuity. It is always in continuity, non-stop going. The poetry of art, musical expressions of nature. Here poetry refers to the musical expressions. Art refers to the natural world. So musical expressions of nature and natural world will go on, and it will never stop. So long the earth is in a rhythm, it will go on and on. And so we are in a rhythm. আমরা একটা ছন্দের মধ্যে আছি. We are always in a music. And through the 2 seasons, one summer and winter, the poet establishes this view, this continuity of musical expressions. Let's recite the poem first. The poetry of earth is never dead. This line, we come across this line 2 times. দুবার পাবো. The poetry of earth is never dead. When all the birds are faint with the hot sun and hide in cooling trees, a voice will run from hedge to hedge about the new moon made. That is the grasshopper. He takes the lead in summer luxury. He has never done with his delights, for when tired out with fun, he rests at ease beneath some pleasant weed. The poetry of earth is ceasing never. On a lone winter evening, when the frost has wrought a silence, from the stove there thrills the cricket song, in warmth ceasing never, increasing ever, and seems to one in drowsiness half lost, the grasshoppers among some grassy hills. So here we come across 2 seasons. One is summer, another is winter. One is summer and another is winter. And with these 2 seasons, the poet wants to establish the continuity. Let's start line by line analysis. The poetry of earth is never dead. The poetry of earth is never dead. It means the musical expressions in nature will never stop. Dead means a cease, stop. It means the musical expressions in nature will always have a continuity, will always go on and on. When all the birds are faint with the hot sun and hide in cooling trees, a voice will run from hedge to hedge about the new moon made. Made means meadow. New moon means newly harvested. When the birds are being tired, are faint with the scorching heat of summer, are tired out of the scorching heat, and take shelter under the leafy branches to enjoy the rest or to renew their energy. A voice. It seems so that the continuity snaps. The music expression stops here, but it never appears. মনে হয় যখন গ্রীষ্মের প্রখর রোদে পাখিরা ডাকাডাকি করার পর ক্লান্ত হয়ে পড়ে এবং ঠান্ডা গাছের নিচে পাতার নিচে আশ্রয় নেয়, তখন মনে হয় যেন এই এক্সপ্রেশনটা বিচ্ছিন্ন হয়ে গেল, কিন্তু তা নয়। Who will take the lead here? The grasshopper. With these two, here you will find two insects. The voice means a musical note. এই যে সুরের একটা ধ্বনি, who will carry on the musical note will be carried on by a grasshopper, who will fly from hedge to hedge, from bushes to bushes, ঝোপে ঝোপে ঘুরে বেড়াবে একটা ঘাস পড়েই। কোথায় ঘুরে বেড়াবে? About the newly harvested meadow. Newly harvested, the musical note of expressions will be carried by a grasshopper that will fly from bushes to bushes in the newly harvested meadow. Thereby it takes the lead. That is the grasshopper. Who is carrying the voice? Who is carrying the voice in the absence of the birds? When the birds are faint with the scorching heat of summer and take shelter under the leafy branches, the grasshopper takes the lead. The grasshopper carries the musical note and spreads all where, from bushes to bushes. He takes the lead in summer luxury, and luxury means in abundance, প্রাচুর্যের মধ্যে। Even in summer, he takes the lead. He takes the musical expressions of nature, and he has never done with delight for when tired out with fun, and he finished it with delight. He carries the note of musical expression in nature with delights till he is tired. When he gets tired, when the grasshopper gets tired and takes rest at ease beneath some pleasant weed. Beneath means under, niche. Pleasant weed means wild plants or bush. When it take rest. When he gets tired, when the grasshopper gets tired, he takes rest under some pleasant weed or inside some pleasant weed, while inside some wild plants. There it seems so the music is snapped. ওখানে মনে হতে পারে যে পাখিরা গান করলো, গ্রাসহপার মিউজিক্যাল এক্সপ্রেশনটা নিয়ে গেল, কিন্তু মিউজিক্যাল এক্সপ্রেশনটা যখন গ্রাসহপার ক্লান্ত হয়ে গেল এবং আশ্রয় নিল ঝোপের মধ্যে বা কোনো একটা মনোরম আগাছার মধ্যে, তখন মনে হতে পারে it appears that the music is snapped, but it does not. In winter, where there is no grasshopper, because it is not the season of grasshopper, in winter, in a lone wintry evening, now in winter it is carried out, it is taken by another insect. So in here you will find the poetry of earth is ceasing never. Again the poet repeats the line to emphasize the view that musical expressions will never stop, will always alive, or will always remain alive. It will continue ever and ever. This note. So the poet here repeats the line, the poetry of earth is ceasing never. Never stop. Cease means stop. Here on a low, now it says about the winter. First, in the first 8 lines you will find about the birds, about the grasshoppers who takes the musical expressions, carries the musical expressions, and when winter comes, here the stated part, it seems that the musical expressions will be snapped, but it never happens so. Here in lone wintry evening, lone means desolate, bleak, তীক্ষ্ণ নির্জন একটা শীতকালের যে সন্ধ্যাবেলা ফাঁকা ফাঁকা lone. On a lone winter evening when the frost has wrought a silence, frost it is frosty weather, wrought means caused, but already the frosty weather prevailed a silence all where there is a silence. যদি নীরবতা থাকে তাহলে মিউজিক্যাল এক্সপ্রেশন কি করে আসবে? But inside that silence the music will be there. Let's read. On a lone winter evening when the frost is frosty weather, the desolate wintry evening prevailed a silence, covered the atmosphere with a silence, with a deep silence. From the stove means fireplace, their shrills means high pitched sound, their shrills the cricket song. ঝিঁঝি পোকার ডাক তখন শুনতে পাবে, সেই যে আগুন জ্বলছে আগুনের চারধারে ঝিঁঝি পোকার ডাক তখন ভো ভো করে আওয়াজ শুনতে পাবে. So on a lone winter evening when everything is in deep silence, the musical note will be carried forward by a small insect, cricket, ঝিঁঝি পোকা, that will hover rounding the fireplace. In warmth increasing ever, and that musical expressions will increases the warmth. In winter we feel cold, and with that sound musical expression it will cherish the warmth in us. How? And seems to warn in drowsiness the person who is in half asleep. Drowsiness means half asleep. অর্ধঘুমন্তটি ঢুলুঢুলু আছে, ঢুলুঢুলু ভাব। And the person who is in half asleep, it seems to him that with the sound of cricket, it appears to him that it is the song of the grasshopper, and thereby he will get warmth with that idea or with that thought, and it will help him to bear the chilly winter. তার কাছে মনে হবে, অর্ধঘুমন্ত লোকটার কাছে মনে হবে যেন এটা ওই ফড়িং এর ডাক, যে ফড়িং গঙ্গাপুর, যে ফড়িং গ্রীষ্মকালে গ গ করে আওয়াজ করতে থাকে। এই চিন্তাটা, দিস থট will help the drowsy person to spend the night at ease, to spend the chilly night at ease, ওই তীক্ষ্ণ শীতের রাত্রিটাকে সহজে পার করতে পারবে। In warmth increasing ever and seems to one in drowsiness half lost, কি মনে হবে তার কাছে? As if the grasshoppers among some grassy hills, যেন ওই grass covered hill, মানে হিল কাভার্ড উইথ গ্রাস, সেই গ্রাস কাভার্ড হিলে যেন গঙ্গা ফড়িং এর ডাক। So with these two seasons, first of all summer then winter, the poet completes a cycle, fills a cycle in continuity with the musical expressions that it will never stop. It will go on and on. So long nature is alive, the musical expressions will be with the rhythm, and it will never stop. With the two insects, it symbolizes the two seasons as well as the continuity of musical expressions. So very beautiful poem, short poem, and here is a simple message that this nature is always dipped in a music. Here is a musical expressions in nature, and these musical expression natures always are always in a continuity. It will never stop, and first it will carried by birds, then grasshopper in summer, and in winter it will be carried by the cricket. Okay, so try to comprehend the text by repeated reading. Okay, and in the next video I shall give you the notes and some questions also. So thank you, stay well, stay at home.